The Fulton County election racketeering case implicated 19 people, but some of them are accused of committing their crimes far from Atlanta in a place more than 200 miles from Fulton County.
A place Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis says became part of the investigation through a nonprofit's determination and some ill-timed bravado. Randy?
Yeah, Russ and Alex, think about it. How could a small South Georgia community play such a big role in an alleged criminal enterprise out of Fulton County? We traveled to Coffee County, a place that could not be more different. Coffee County is almost everything Fulton County is not. Largely rural, majority white. 70% of the people here wanted Donald Trump to be reelected in 2020, compared to 73% in Fulton County who prefer Joe Biden. Unless you're related to one of the 43,000 people who live around here, chances are no one in North Georgia ever thought much about this out-of-the-way spot in South Georgia. Yet Coffee County would have probably remained off the national radar, unknown to Fonnie Willis in Fulton County, if it hadn't been for the actions of a nonprofit election security group and a future defendant who felt the need to brag.
We knew it was important, but we see now that DA Willis also saw what an important part it was in this massive conspiracy.
Long before the 2020 election, Marilyn Marks and her Coalition for Good Governance sued the state of Georgia and Brad Raffensperger, concerned about the security of computerized voting machines. It's their lawsuit that led to all of us now printing out a paper ballot that we must feed into the scanner ourselves. According to court filings, on March 7, 2021, Atlanta bondsman Scott Hall cold called Marks, demanding she give him any evidence she had that would help prove Trump won Georgia. But the enemy of your enemy is not necessarily your friend. Marks insists her group is non-political.
And at that point, my first instinct was to slam the phone down. My second instinct was to go into sweet little old lady mode and hit the record button.
I went down there, we scanned every freaking ballot, and they said, we give you permission. Go for it.
Hall had just admitted being part of a group that copied Dominion voting software from the Coffee County Elections Office.
Now I was in triple shock, and I didn't know what to think.
She said she alerted the state, but no one seemed interested. Not knowing when the copying was done, Mark's group filed open records requests for 3 months of surveillance video, which, according to court filings, Coffee County denied having. Finally, a year ago, the county turned over the videos, and they were a gold mine.
I think the videos just make it all so very real.
That's Scott Hall with County GOP Chair Kathy Latham and Election Supervisor Misty Hampton. All three on hand as a company was paid $26,000 by Trump ally Sidney Powell to copy Dominion software. They did all this even though the Secretary of State's office sent out this warning to all election offices 2 months earlier, warning against providing copies of software. Information that could harm the security of election equipment cannot be provided. All four are part of the 19 defendants now charged with multiple felonies in the Fulton County case, accused of being part of a criminal enterprise to interfere with the results of the 2020 election.
Have you ever had any communications with Rudy Giuliani?
Fifth Amendment.
In these never-seen-before video depositions from that civil lawsuit, Latham is asked about that day the election system was breached. The now-retired high school economics teacher repeatedly downplayed her involvement.
Did you see Scott Hall?
No, Scott came from outside. And he and I talked outside, and I was glad to have met him, and then I left.
But when the plaintiffs later obtained the surveillance video, it showed Latham inside the elections office throughout the day, interacting with the very people she claimed not to remember.
Do you believe you've committed any crime?
Fifth Amendment.
You were there when they were copying the election software, correct?
Yes.
Election Supervisor Hampton testified that she was told the outside cyber experts were there to figure out why a scanner was not working properly.
I didn't know that it was software that they were copying.
What did you think they were copying?
I'm not a computer tech, so I really did not know.
Did you tell Dominion at any time that third parties had come in
and made forensic copies of Coffee County's election software?
I do not recall.
Well, the nonprofit is still fighting with Brad Raffensperger over the Dominion voting machines. They have no evidence of any wrongdoing from the 2020 election, but they still want to eliminate those touchpads, especially now that the Coffee County code data has been copied and shared with others. More on all that in a future investigation.
Randy Travis, thanks very much.